What is going on, guys? It is Connor back with another episode. In today's episode, we are going to be changing the license plate lights on a Nissan GTR. Let's get right into it. Now, before we get into the install, I just wanted to show you guys. This never happens in the Pacific Northwest. We get snow maybe once a year, so this is so rare for us. I never see snow like this that hangs around. It's been 3 days or so like this. But I had to move the GTR inside so that way we could have a space to work, which means the Celica is outside. This thing hasn't been outside in so long. I turned it on, it fired right up right away, and man, this thing was not friendly to get around in the snow. Look at that. All I did was go down my driveway. I didn't even do anything else. I'm really surprised because the Celica started up right away. I really thought that it was going to be dead, but no, I plugged back in the battery and started it right up. It did have a little bit of an idle issue, but after I just gave it some gas, man, it was fine. I can tell you guys that this car is not a good daily anymore. Look how low this thing is. Even just driving it around in my driveway, look at how bad the snow has become on this front bumper. Man, this thing would get destroyed if I actually drove this out on the street. As much as I love this car as a summer car, this thing looks actually really good in the snow. If only it was practical enough to actually drive around, I would. But man, this thing, way too low. Look at that. All right, enough talking about the Celica. I will make more videos on this soon. Let's get back to the GTR. All right, if you guys are like me and you are a new GTR owner, I know these things become interesting to look into, and once you know how to do them once, it's really easy. I had a hard time finding videos and write-ups on how to do this easily, so I'm just gonna show you guys how to do it. Now this is my Nissan GTR. As you can see, we have the lights on right now, and the license plate lights are actually the old school incandescent style. And there's nothing wrong with these, they're just yellow. They've lasted a long time and they work really well, but I just want to modernize the car. Now I do have the smoke cover on my license plate, and depending on how you look at it, it can be a good thing or a bad thing that it's pretty dark. What I do want to do is update the yellow away. I want to go white because it's just modern and it looks a lot better when you don't have these incandescent style. So we're going to change them out to LEDs today. Now I have had a lot of cars that are actually just like unnecessarily difficult to change these lights on, but the GTR is not one of them. So all you need to do, check out this housing right here. Each bulb is in a different housing, and right here there's a little tab, and all you need to do is push on that tab inward so the housing comes out. Grab this tab with your thumb like this, push it in, and this whole housing will lift out, and then it just becomes a normal bulb that you just twist and screw out. Now here is the housing. See, I've turned it off so I can work on it, and all you need to do is simply pull that out, and now you have access to the bulb. All right, now that we have the one side housing out, I'm gonna go ahead and take the other one out. All right, now with both out, we will just rotate these little caps here and expose the bulbs. Now I'm going to be using these Sylvania LEDs. They're 168s. They also fit 194. Pretty standard. You can pick these up at Walmart or AutoZone or anything. And all I'm going to do is just swap out those bulbs. Now, before we install them back into the housing, try your lights and make sure that they both work. So as you guys saw on the first attempt, both of them worked. If they don't, make sure that when you insert them into the housing, if they're inserted like this and they don't work, just pull the bulb out and then flip it around and reinstall it. Typically, their contacts are just wrong and you just messed up and did it the wrong way, but just flip them around and then they should work right away. All right, with the bulbs changed, all we're gonna do is put those bulbs back into the housing and clip them back in. All right, with everything buttoned back up, I am gonna go ahead and test out the lights and see how good they look now. Oh man, it is easy to tell the difference on this now. This looks so much better. As you guys can see, there is a much cooler white effect instead of yellow. It almost looks blue on camera, but in person it does look white. Man, that looks so much better. It looks so much more modernized, so much more like a 2020 car. I did give up some privacy on my license plate, but I think it's for the best. I think having it smoked and dark really was gonna get me pulled over at one point. This is a little bit better. At least you can read the plate now. Not too easy, but you can still see it, so I'm sure it's gonna be okay with the law. But man, that looks so much better. This is something that everybody needs to do if they have old school incandescents. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a very quick video, but I just want to help out any new owners like myself who just want to get it done. I highly recommend this. This is super easy. Those bulbs costed $6 from Walmart. Super great mod. Changes the entire rear end of the car. Especially with the D badge, I am loving how this thing looks now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.